Ukraine continues into the winter, some of those who fled abroad have been returning home to pick up the pieces of their lives. Our Europe editor Tony Connelly met one woman who'd spent 4 months in Dundalk with her 2 children, but returned to Ukraine in the summer to make her own contribution to the war effort.
Winter has come to Brovary, a small town east of Kyiv. Ahead of the Russian advance in March, many fled this small community, including Victoria Volinets, an interior designer. With her fighting-age husband having to stay, she managed to get her 2 children over the border to Budapest, then to Dublin and on to Dundalk, where a close friend had been living for 15 years.
It was very difficult to leave my husband, my family and my home. When we were leaving, we didn't know if we'd have a place to come back to. I knew the people we were going to, they welcomed us with open arms.
Victoria threw herself into raising funds and awareness while her children were welcomed into St Joseph's National School in Dundalk.
Apart from the fact I worked a lot, at weekends we'd travel around Ireland. They would say the nature is so beautiful here. They loved going to school because it was so much easier. They were doing great at maths. They made lots of friends.
But when the school year ended, Victoria felt the pull of home. The Russians had retreated from the capital and there were clothes, shoes and medicines to ship from Ireland for the children of Brovary. Like many Ukrainians, Victoria is grateful for the hospitality shown to her and her children by the Irish people. Indeed, this war has created unlikely bonds of affection between Ukraine and Ireland. But as the war drags on, there must be concerns about how long that support can be sustained.
People are saying winter is coming and we need to think about ourselves. Prices are rising here and we can't help as much as we used to in the past. This is normal, but we still need to understand we have to stick together because only together can we win this war.
She now raises funds at home, selling used Russian tank shells from the front to pay for warm clothing for Ukrainian troops. Victoria's children stay in touch with their friends in Dundalk and their teachers who worry about the news from Ukraine. But Victoria is focused on her children and somehow winning the war.
And Tony is standing by for us this evening in Kyiv. Tony, how important will that resilience be for the people of Ukraine as temperatures there start to drop below freezing?
It's going to be very important, Sharon, and it's really something that the Ukrainians are known to possess in some quantities. For example, at the moment I'm in a residential area surrounded by high-rise blocks that are completely shrouded in darkness because all these communities are suffering outages for 3, 4, 5 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, and that affects absolutely everything. They have to carry large volumes of water up numerous flights of stairs because their water system won't work. They need to bring in gas cookers so they can cook. They have to power up every single device they have when there is power. But people are making as many preparations as they can because for them, they know this isn't just about an inconvenience. If they surrender under this pressure from Russia, they lose their way of life, they lose their independence and their identity. So the stakes are so high for them. So that helps with the whole resilience issue. And for many people, especially living in apartment blocks like these that surround me, they might still have small, modest homes in the countryside where they can go at weekends, where they can get a generator, where they can burn wood, for example. So people are making the best of the resources they have, and they are a very resourceful people. The thing that worries me the most is that it's -2, -3 here at the moment. In January and February, it gets well below 20 degrees. And that's where things are really going to get critical for the people of Ukraine.
Europe editor Tony Connelly in Kyiv. Thank you.